situation with the status because I have a child by a very successful artist, right? From then, I'm viewed as a certain type of woman because I'm beautiful and have a nice body. And normally women like that attract a certain caliber of men, which is also not my fault. And now that I am in yet another situation where I now have a child with another successful man, there's no telling you guys that I'm not a gold digger. You guys, it's no beating those allegations at all. I read comments that say, oh, you're a gold digger, or you kept the baby for a check. What if I came to y'all's pages, right? And I compared the men that you have children with to the men that I have children with. And I said, you were digging for poverty when you picked him to be your baby daddy, weren't you? Oh, you kept that baby for an extra income tax credit, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for a couple extra $100 in food stamps, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for an extra Section 8 voucher. Is that why you kept your baby? Now, if that was triggering, that's how I feel every time somebody says, do you even love that baby? You kept that baby for a check.
I hate to do this, but the delusional dingbat of the day goes to Aisha Howard. And, I make this video as a cautionary tale for young Black girls and Black women so they know what not to do. Now, quick disclaimer, this video is filled with my opinions and my opinions alone. Everything is all alleged. Nothing is factual. I do not know any of these people personally. I do oftentimes use clips as part of my critical review and in accordance with fair use guidelines. Now that we got that all out of the way, according to Google, Aisha Howard is 38 years old. Now, in my opinion, I feel like she should be old enough to not have this type of immature opinion. Now, she mentioned that because she's beautiful and has a nice body, that she is able to attract a certain caliber of men. Now, I'm not going to cap on this app. I will say that I think that Aisha Howard is very pretty. And she does indeed have a nice body. Yes. But what caliber of man are you able to attract? Because both of the men that you have children by are not your man, nor do they want to be, and they both have made you a single mother and not a wife. They are both men that have very public personas of being womanizers, cheaters, sexually undisciplined, and disrespectful to the women that they are involved with. So, are they high quality or high caliber because they are famous and have money? Is that what we're doing? And I really think that we as Black women, we've got to stop putting certain men on a pedestal because they have money. Because that is not all a man should have to be your man. There are things that are just as important as having money that you should be looking for. And that's exactly why, hold on, before I even say what I'm about to say, I want to say that I'm not against women looking for a man that's financially stable and he isn't a brokey. All right? No brokies here. And he should be able to provide for you. But I am against, I guess I would say, gold digger culture, the type of gold digger culture where women put a man having money above everything. They put it above even his character. That's the issue that I have. And I know that that's not all gold digger culture. That's a certain type, but that's the one that I have an issue with. Putting a man having money, as long as he got bread, it don't matter what he got going on, And there are a lot of women that don't care if he's a good man, a kind man, a loyal man. He can be a good father to your children. They just care whether his money's right. And I don't believe that that is a good way to move, because when you move that way, you end up in a position that Aisha Howard is in. Thinking that you're doing something by getting with a man with a bank account, but he's literally doing nothing for you. He's doing nothing right by you. Now, you want the bragging rights on how much money this man has and what type of lifestyle this man has, but you don't even have access to that lifestyle. And if you do, it could be snatched from you at any moment. The minute he decides that he's tired of you and he wants to go to the next chick or whatever the case may be, you're gone. You're out of there. There's no security in that. And if Aisha was smart, which she's not, but if she was, she would have leveraged her beauty to attract a man with maybe not as flashy as a lifestyle, but a down-to-earth man with some funds that could have provided for her and actually made her a wife and not a baby mama that is currently being humiliated for the world to see. Now, to get pregnant and have a baby by an NBA player like Anthony Edwards, who already has an unruly penis, is out here slinging that thing everywhere, impregnating every pretty woman walking. What? That's already so crazy. And then for him to be publicly trying to sign his rights away and show the world that he doesn't want anything to do with you or the baby, like, that's just so embarrassing. And for you to just sit there and in response to that, brag on your body and your looks and act like, you have access to all of these top tier quality men. What? And then you say this, but you're not able to secure a husband or secure a father for your children at 38. That is embarrassing to say the very least. And, and I just wish that women would really think about this. I know women that don't have the best bodies. They haven't went to Dr. Jung Money to get a BBL, and they don't have their face beat 24/7. They don't have their hairstyle perfectly, but they still have men that don't play about them. They have men that come home every day and don't cheat. And, honestly, I think that Aisha, her message is a very poor message to send to young black girls, because what is being pretty? What is having a body that is T when all it attracts is men who want to use you? They just simply want to use your body. They want to experience you in an intimate setting and then cast you aside after giving you a couple dollars. These women will get online and brag about getting 10K from these so-called high caliber men, not realizing that for those type of men, their tax bracket, them giving you 10K is like a blue collar man giving a woman $100. Peanuts. You cannot tell me that the men that you are attracting are high caliber or top tier if they are not respecting you, loving you, taking care of the children that they have impregnated you with. Now, if you come and tell me that you have a man that's providing for you, loving you, being loyal and faithful to you, being a good father to the children that y'all have, and he has married you, then okay, get it, sis. But being 38 and having a child by a 23-year-old man is nasty work. Having him essentially tell the world that he just wanted to hit it and quit it, and now he wants to act like you don't exist, and you get on the internet talking about you're beautiful and you have a nice body, that's even nastier work. You not even addressing the fact that your child is being played with, the nastiest work. And this is a woman that is unfortunately missing the whole point. And she will continue to get her face played in because she refuses to see that she is part of the problem. Now, of course, these men, these rich men that think that they can treat women as literal objects and playthings and get away scot-free are also to blame. They are sexually undisciplined and they move as if there are no consequences for unprotected sex. They have no loyalty to the children they create, and these kids did not ask to be here. But they just leave the kids behind, and to me, that's absolutely disgusting. And a lot of times we put the blame just on the woman and not the man for being a deadbeat. But, it's like, I don't care if you wanted to be a daddy or not. If you didn't want to be a daddy, you should have protected yourself, or you should have got a vasectomy. You know as a man that once you release that seed, it's out of your hands. You know that when you get started. So I don't want to hear how come a man can't tell a woman that he wants to have her to terminate the pregnancy? No, you already know. You know, sir, that when you let that seed go, that now is no longer your choice. So since you know that, you should always be careful and protect yourself. But I feel like these men, and more specifically black men, rely on two things. They rely on, number one, the fact that we very rarely in the black community blame black men for abandoning their children. We always find some way to give the mother 100% of the blame when she should only shoulder 50%. It takes two people to make a child. They also think that their money and their status gives them the right to do whatever they want to do. And it's just simply not true. But I also wish that women like Ayesha would have realized having access to rich men is not a flex if all they do is use you up and throw you right back out there in the streets. And I say this often, I don't understand why there are so many women that put all of their focus in centering the male gaze, making themselves to be so desirable for a certain demographic of men, only to get nothing but disrespect out of the deal. And I see it time and time and time again. And actually, to be honest with y'all, I see it more often with extremely beautiful women going to the gym, getting facials, nails perfect, hair perfect, face perfect, only to sit there and get treated like the bottom of a rich Negro's shoe. Make it make sense. You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And black women, you have got to guard your wombs from the rich men and also from the brokies. You know, because either or can lead you in the exact same position. The majority of men will seek to use your body, but they don't have any use for you outside of that. And once again, that goes for all different demographics of men, whether you want to say the rich men, the in-between men, the broke men, the average men, whatever. It's the same thing. And, you know, when you allow a man to have access to you just for money and he's looking at you strictly as an object, I promise you that that dismissal and the lack of looking at you as a human being, that will bleed right onto your child if you decide to have one by them. Now, I've been told that I'm a victim blamer. I'm very hard on black women. People unfollow me because they're like, hey, you know, I realize that she's putting too much focus on black women. She's putting too much focus on what black women are doing and hard on black women and blaming black women. I want y'all to know that that is not what I'm doing and that's not my intention. But if you think that I'm hard on black women, I'm only hard on black women because we're the only ones that we can control. We cannot control these men. We cannot control black men. We cannot control white men and whoever else. We cannot. And these men will do whatever they want to do. They're going to do what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? All we can do is control ourselves and we control access. They can't impregnate us if we don't allow it. You know, SA excluded out of this situation. They cannot use our bodies and cast us to the side if we don't offer up our bodies for them to use. And money, a piece of paper that is only valuable because the white man said it was, should not be a motivating factor for you to let a man inside you and use you up. Like it shouldn't be a motivating factor for you. You only have one body. It's the most precious thing that you have. Your body, your soul, your spirit. Allowing it to be used by a man that doesn't respect you for trinkets and for a piece of paper or for a bag is insane to me. Not to mention that these men are sexually undisciplined. They're over there paying corn stars and everybody else to do stuff with. How do you know that he won't give you something that you can't get rid of? So your body isn't priceless to you? You know what I'm saying? And the stuff that she said in a video about women who have babies and food stamps and Section 8, that was a deflection, period. Okay? People think that you're doing that and you did that because the optics are crazy. The optics are wild. Why engage with a man that has multiple baby mamas and he not taking care of none of them or being in the lives of none of them except the one child that he still has access to the mama and he wants to be with for now? Why would you even put yourself in that position? Goofy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, remember this if y'all don't remember anything else. Young black women, young black girls, well, black women in general, you can learn from the mistakes of other people. Don't let this be you. She is definitely a cautionary tale, for sure. You know, and just having a baller, being able to post up pictures of your Chanel bag, or you on vacation, or this man give you a couple dollars here and there. It is not worth everything that y'all see Aisha going through. It's not. And when her child gets older, she will have to explain what is going on and why she made the choices that she made. She'll have to look at her disappointed child's face. But, you know, I digress. If you watch this whole video, please do me a favor and drop a 99 in the comments down below. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. Just do your girl a free favor. I know times are hard out here, all right? So just follow your girl on TikTok. It is free. Free 99 is for the free ski. I do live stream there exclusively. You will enjoy it. Well, maybe. If TikTok is still here, then it'll still be here. But if not, I will be live streaming exclusively on YouTube. And also, speaking of YouTube, I'm on the road to 20K. It says that 48% of y'all are watching these videos and y'all are not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button. Help a sister out. Help me make it to 20K. Please, it will mean so much to me and it will not cost you anything. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And as always, ladies, black women, I love y'all. I make these videos for y'all. I make these videos so that you won't make the mistakes that you see other women do, or you won't make the mistakes that I've made in my own life. I just want to see y'all to be y'all best selves, the most happy, the most successful, and definitely where you can stun on these dudes. Anyway, please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.